The reason was that Will Smith would be filming today, and that we would be in the way. And because we were going to be in the way, they suggested, because it was not about the idea of us being here as black folk in the town, they said. It was about the fact that what happened is they needed for us not to use this private property.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will Smith's rendition of DC's Deadshot and Suicide Squad has put the star back on the Hollywood map. Now the actor has movies to boot lined up, including new DC movies, a Netflix original film, a possible role as the genie in Disney's Aladdin, and the new Bad Boys sequel. On top of all this, THR has announced that Will Smith may be up for the starring role in the upcoming Ang Lee film, The Gemini Man. The story features an aging assassin who tried to get out of the business but finds himself in the ultimate battle, fighting his own clone who's 25 years younger than him and at the peak of his abilities. In the meantime, fans can't wait to see Smith and Bright, which premieres on Netflix this December.
what statement you trying to make today, brother? Okay, it's time to do it. else doing in committee?
Just a lover of Jesus.
All right, thank you, my brother. Thank you so much.
Johnson here.
No, I was just going to advise you, 380, got that vehicle, 1038 with it. Don't be 1038, Highway 23, Minnie's Road.
Wait, get on the
We needed to have a permit, in my business, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'll explain the second one to you.
Okay.
Just court date's gonna be the same one, 4th of April, 2018 at 3 o'clock.
You got that recorded? Get me, man. I'm beautiful.
All right.
Okay,
Don't
Mr.
mind.
Small got his
1506.
How much is that?
It's a must appear ticket, so you have to go to court.
You ain't got to pay nothing.
It's not,
Oh, no, charge me something, man. I got money.
they'll let you know. They'll let you know in court.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to need $10 from everybody to pay for this ticket.
What is she going to take it with?
All right. The second one's building has no CO. All right. The certificate of occupancy. You don't have a certificate of occupancy in the building. You can't occupy the building with people without a certificate of occupancy.
Okay.
Okay, and that's the hen house with the chicks.
No, that's not the hen house. This is 100 Black Presidents. That's the name of this social club. That's the name of this building. 100 Black Presidents.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, and it's a social club that's up under the, what is it? Where is it?
We're registered.
Yeah, we're registered.
And with the IRS.
And with the IRS, okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
But you can't occupy this building without a permit. You understand?
Okay. Not with a permit.
Okay.
That's not what you meant.
4th of
Okay.
April, 2018 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's going to be a court date as well.
Okay.
There's no fine listed on here. It just must appear in court.
Okay.
That's going to be your court date. You decide what it is.
Chad, I'm showing 1038.
How long you guys been sitting over there?
That's your copy.
Smile, man. The day ain't bad. We smiling. Why you can't be happy?
Yeah.
We're used to it.
It's hot.
You want soda? Get this man a bottle of water.
I'm good, sir.
You understand the
Stop
citation?
bribing, just
Yes,
water.
I understand the citation.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Y'all want some gumbo?
Nah.
Y'all want to sing a song for these gentlemen before they leave? Yeah.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I think we should follow him. Make sure they get there safe. What's the problem?
I forgot to advise y'all. Y'all have to disperse.
Okay, we're going to do that.
It's
Gonna take a minute.
That's fine.
Y'all want to hang out? Go get some soda or something.
We'll hang out.
All right. Yeah, y'all was over there about an hour.
I would let her, they gave her a ticket.
Unlawful gathering.
Anybody want a gumbo?
Yeah.
Wait. Please let her explain for the purpose of the press.
Okay, from the beginning.
Wait a minute. Let them get set up. Wait.
And this is where Will Smith is coming.
That's right.
Okay? This is where Will Smith, I really don't know who made the decisions. He needs to know exactly what goes on in Glennville. Okay?
He who?
But Will Smith. Okay?
Philadelphia.
The movie, right there on the next block. Okay? Now,
He's the only welcome Negro in town.
Can you tell us what happened?
okay. Mr. Lyde and I, or Mr. Lyde, the organization, asked to hold this event here on my private property. On private property, I own that, and I own this building here. Complete, flat out owned, you know, no bank or anything. And I told them that they can use it. Now, because we looked for it to be much larger, we said, let's get a permit, okay? And we went over and we asked for a permit to have this event.
Okay.
They said that you might not have enough parking. So we went and we asked a few of the churches around, could we use their parking? Which they agreed and said yes. So we went to them and we said, okay, we got enough parking so that we can have this event here on this private property. After we jumped that hurdle, they came back and they talked about security. They said that we would need security. We went out and we hired a private firm, and we told them that we will block off the road so that we're not in the road, we're not disturbing traffic and stuff like that. After we jumped that hurdle, they still decided, and what was the reason?
The reason was that Will Smith would be filming today, and that we would be in the way. And because we were going to be in the way, they suggested, because it was not about the idea of us being here as black folk in the town, they said. It was about the fact that what happened is they needed for us not to use this private property. We decided before we ever went to them that we were going to use private property because we don't think we need to beg the government to have an assembly. We believe that it is absolute our right to assemble, especially on private property.
Right.
So the idea about needing a permit was their own fable in making a decision that there is one white girl who has been appointed for life to be the city manager. She has decided, coming from the prison complex that she worked in, where she beat Negroes half to death, that what happened is she needed to beat a black businesswoman and their business to pieces. We had already taken and got this place in order to have this particular function. We didn't need permission.
Amen.
We didn't need their permit. We didn't need to ask them anything.
Amen.
What we didn't want to do, though, is park in their road, so we went and dealt with that hurdle. They said then what you need to have is you need to have a police presence. We said how much it costs. They said we will allow you to have one of our police because we're going to have the rest of them over there so that they can do what they're doing today. Not protecting you, but intimidating you. And so what they did was, they then came back and said, no, we cannot give you a police, so we hired a security firm. You cannot deal in a way, that's why we're so glad that the Southern Center for Human Rights is here.
Yes.
We are so grateful. We are so grateful for Apostle Coward. See, they don't know what just hit them.
Amen.
We talk about the notion of the God. The God already moved. He moved because he put us together today to put this together to demonstrate there is a God in Israel.
Yes.
And we are going to demonstrate to Glennville and every little town and hamlet that black folk can, in fact, live. They have the right to exist.
Yes.
We have the right not to be shot.
Yes.
We were going to teach you about all the fellas that was shot today. The reason for it is because our commitment level has gone south.
Yes.
We have decided we're free.
Yes.
We need to make another decision about this if we gonna protect your grandchildren.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Freedom.
children.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Did you get a ticket?
I got 2, okay? And today was the day that I got shot.
That's
Okay?
right.
I don't have a gun.
That's right.
Okay? I'm following the law as it states
Right.
in the Constitution, and I want to take this minute to call for the young lady he was talking about, Miss Amy Murray, to call for an investigation of her dealing.
Amen. Amen.
And I say this today, the way this city is ran, she is running it with lack of values, with lack of ethics, with, you know, the entire staff that works for the city is intimidated, low morale, and these people come to me every day. She threatens to fire them if they make one comment about anything I have going on. And this is not the way a city runs. This is not the way a business runs. We here in Glennville, we are the board of directors, and we have a right to let our CEO go if they are not running our business as it should be ran.
Well, let me say something. We have done everything that the mayor and the city council asked us to do. We have been to 2 city commissioner meetings. Everything they asked us to do, we did it. We had went to a workshop with them. They told us to draw it out on diagrams, give them the route of how we gonna, where we going and everything. We did everything. The funeral home across the street, they allow us to park there.
If we wanted to.
If we wanted to. Everything they asked us to do for diagrams and letters, we had petitions signed by the churches about we can park there in the whole 9 yards.
St. James AME and First African Baptist.
When we had met with them 3 times, then they still decided to say no, this will not go on. But what they failed to realize, we didn't need their damn permission.
That's right. That's right.
First Amendment.
It's less than 100 people here.
It is.
We didn't need no permit.
We didn't need no permit because it's less than 100 people here. Now, we have been through this before.
We went through it during G8
We had went through it before when they brought all the president, all his gang to G8 summit. We know what we're doing. We know what the federal law said because we helped them write that federal law.
They wrote it in my name. So we knew we didn't need a permit. However, I would like to suggest we have a great organizer in this town. He's from Florida. And let me tell you something, he almost got Georgia organized in Mississippi. Brother Coward, would you come up and speak to our organizing effort, please?
I'd just like to say I commend what you all are doing. And I've seen situations like this before. We've had protests and marches with thousands. I would suggest that, because one of the things I think they're doing and not want to bring attention to this county for the things that's going on, I would suggest that, well, 2 things. We do have a place that you can assemble without a problem from them. I would suggest we got the sidewalks right out there. I think that if we would go and just stand in front of the sidewalk with our signs, let everybody know exactly that we're here to stay and what just happened, that's going to bring focus on what's going on. So you're either going to have us here or we're going to be there. And that's the sidewalk, and that's what we're here for. The sidewalk is public property. And we can stand off and demonstrate right in front of the city hall and everywhere. And that's the way we respond back to them for what's happening. Right. So you don't want us to assemble here? We'll assemble in public where everybody can sit. I think that's what we need to do. Get some signs made. I'll send some people down to Walmart to get some signs made, describe what just has happened so that people in the neighborhood can start joining us for the call.
Is anybody connecting with this Will Smith?
No, we're not. But I think what's going to happen, though, if there are people But I think what's going to happen, if there are people that are here and they see this going on, there's going to be some questions that's going to be asked. This is right downtown. People are going to have to come by and see what's going on. That brings attention, let people know what's happening now. And it is not They cannot forbid us from doing that. This is public property. The sidewalk is public property. The city hall, matter of fact, that's public property. So we can stand right over there. So they don't want us here, we need to go there.
But, and the other thing is, if anybody has any contact with Savannah Press,
we have all the press we need.
Okay.
And the reason we got all the press we need is we got phones. We got 2 major press operations here.
Are we streaming?
We got 2 radio stations that we've been on.
Can we stream?
So why don't we, before they come and try to disperse us,
right,
why don't we go out front?
But before you go, listen,
they
haven't stopped anything. Y'all come and get y'all food.
That's right.
Enjoy this, don't
right. And we will do our presentations outside.
I really would like to ask you what I perceive to be a valid question. That valid question is because you stated on the camera, and this is, I'm dealing with 35 cities that's going through the same thing that you are going through. Okay? So my question to you is, did you not make a statement that the city managers can appoint it for life?
Yes.
Now, is that in the charter?
I don't know.
Now, that's what you need to do. Now, we on camera here. We on camera here. The state of Georgia, the governor, the secretary of state, all of them know me. And the question is it in the charter? And if it is in this charter, then that charter needs some revamping real quick.
Real quick.
Real quick.
Will Smith's rendition of DC's Deadshot and Suicide Squad has put the star back on the Hollywood map. Now the actor has movies to boot lined up, including new DC movies, a Netflix original film, a possible role as the genie in Disney's Aladdin, and the new Bad Boys sequel. On top of all this, THR has announced that Will Smith may be up for the starring role in the upcoming Ang Lee film, The Gemini Man. The story features an aging assassin who tried to get out of the business but finds himself in the ultimate battle, fighting his own clone who's 25 years younger than him and at the peak of his abilities. In the meantime, fans can't wait to see Smith in Bright, which premieres on Netflix this December.
This is the Get To Free Press, and we report what others ignore. This is your First Amendment right to know without whiteouts from a controlled news media whiteout network. And we are located in Valdosta, Georgia, and we are here to inform, educate, and persuade if necessary. Always keep that in mind. Moreover, I want to say to you that as a community, state, nation, and world, we are not who we claim to be, but who we prove ourselves to be over a given period of time. And if we are a liar, time will tell. And if we are a racist or a hater, time will tell. And our righteous and holy God already know. So you are only fooling yourselves. Again, the Ghetto Free Press. I'm George Foster Rice.